had to move you because the phone died. Take like a mental image of this board. We're gonna erase it. I've been really into the 27 chapter method lately. So if we have, say, if we have 27 chapters, I don't know, we're gonna talk about this. So you have 27 chapters, right? 27 divided by 3 is 9. That's 9 chapters per act. You've got 3 acts. So then you've got 1, 2, 3. This is act 1. This makes act 2. This is act 3. Right? You got act 1, act 2, act 3. You take 9 and you divide 9 by 3, that equals 3. So then every act is also divisible into 3 acts. So this becomes 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. This is a little arc. This is a little arc. This is a little arc, making up 1/3 of the larger arc. This is what Suzanne Collins does for her manuscripts. I've been very interested in this method lately. We're gonna go straight down instead. Now, this is break 1. This is break 2. And then you're in act 3. What was I talking about? 27 chapter. So these are considered blocks. Sorry, I'm like learning along with you. So block 1. So every block 1 is a setup. Every block 2 is a conflict. Every block 3 is a resolution. So that makes act 1 setup. That makes block 1 a setup. And that makes chapter 1 a setup. Act 2, a conflict. Block 2, conflict. And chapter 2's conflict. Chapter 2 is inside the blocks. So it's this pattern that keeps repeating. And then act 3 is the resolution. So this is supposed to be resolution, and this is supposed to be resolution, as is this, etc., etc. So like you can break it up into these little chunks. Introduction, introduce the main character in their normal world. This is, I mean, we meet her, but also like see her, he like leaves and she hones the weapon. Is it test fires or something? And it performs perfectly. So we like see it work the way that it's supposed to before everything implodes. So chapter 2 is his arrival. And I can see like, I think she created a fake invitation for him to show up under the guise of like come prove your skills kind of thing. Like word has gotten to us about your abilities and that you've been stealing books from the library and we want to see like what you can do, what you're worth. And so naturally he feels inclined to show up, but when he shows up it's her. The inciting incident is her firing the weapon. They both get hit. Main character's reaction to the inciting incident is chapter 3. I'm wondering if she ends up in the hospital and he's the one who takes her there. You know what I'm saying? But either way, they like kind of separate a little bit before he comes back in chapter 4 and he's like, what the fuck did you hit me with? Something's up here. Because chapter 4 is supposed to be the setup to the main character's plan on what they should do. Something prevents the characters from implementing their plan. In a world that has 3 moons, you need the neutralizing element. Because this is balance. This is chaos. But if you incorporate this thing, then it becomes balance again. What she created was an agent mixed with 2 of these things. Then all they need to do is get the 3rd one. Then they do it. Okay, so this is like the debate area of the manuscript, and the debate is always the hardest part because it's usually it's usually your character being like, do I go, do I not go? But I read somewhere, and so I'm sharing it with you, that the true purpose of the debate is to prove to the reader what has to be done in Act 2 in order for the protagonist to succeed. And so it's about leveling up the stakes, and it's about like reestablishing your character's motives. No, push yourself through it. What's in chapter 5? Something that prevents the characters from implementing their plan. I'm wondering if it is a sickness, because the only thing that would cause them to work together and increased pressure in this section is if their loved ones that I talked about in the emotional wound thesaurus, if those people were starting to be affected as well. Because something has to push them to go. Okay, maybe I'm gonna put hospital question mark. She's sent home, or she's at home, and the doctor leaves and the doorbell rings and she has to answer it, which freaks her out. But it's him on the doorstep and he's like rotting from like the inside out. Oh, okay. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so it's hospital. Then she gets out. There it is. Starts to try and find some kind of solution. There it is. Because she knows that she's been hit too, and something that prevents the characters from implementing their plan. Maybe in her absence, someone stole the balancing agent. I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm talking about. The result of the character's plan being hindered, so she tears the house apart looking for this stuff and thinks that he stole it. Then he knocks on the door. The antagonistic forces of the story become better known. She admits that they are dying. He would know where to find more. And then he gives even more pressure, like what is going to happen to this estate? What's going to happen to your brother when you're not here to protect it anymore? And that's what causes her to come to the resolution that her brother is in danger now. And they have to work together. And we're on a roll, we might as well just keep going. Block the protagonists explore their new world. That's a big fat question because I don't know where we're going. Fun and Games is chapter 11. The characters develop through bonding. We're just gonna steal some Stardust together, no big deal. I think it's his world. And then chapter 11 is the Fun and Games. They bond. Old world contrast show how the new world is so different from what the other characters knew before. It has to do with an illegal group of individuals learning alchemy. In this block, the protagonist discovers the crisis of the new world, which is this block. And this is our midpoint here. Chapter 14 is our midpoint. Chapter 13, build up, secrets are revealed. Probably where he admits, I mean there's multiple secrets that are revealed, but it's probably where he admits why he deals with Stardust. And it's so these people can like be supported who they are benefiting, which goes into his distrust of someone in charge, because the people in charge are like the old white dudes, and he's like, no. Her mother's death was an inside job. And so chapter 14, midpoint, something makes everything change again. Midpoint is the return of the inciting, usually. So whatever the magic is, it's gonna take her first. Or it's like already in her heart or something. Okay, chapter 15, reversal. Something that appeared to be one thing turns out to be something else. E.g., good guy is a really bad guy. I feel like it's too obvious, but like, so maybe there's like a traitor in this new world. Traitor like reveals the location. And then here the protagonists dedicate themselves to finding a solution, so they have to flee. And when they flee, he's angry because he trusted someone. Action is taken against the events in the reversal. But they don't really have time for that, do they? No, they do. They do. They have time. They have to get everybody safe. So they find everybody else a new space to... Oh! They set them up inside her house. Okay. But yeah, then they still need to find a solution for her. Protagonist faces defeat and victory seems impossible. That's like this entire block. The character knows what they must do now, what they must overcome. He knows that they're running out of time, so darkest moment, all seems lost. 24, when she dies. And then his battle is the magic, the teamwork, and the alchemy. Characters know what they must do now, what they must overcome. 20, the only solution. Somebody or something gets in the way of the characters doing what they need to do. He knows. I mean, that would probably be it would probably be this returning. So at this point, if that's the case, then this would have to be learning alchemy. In the learning alchemy chapter, in chapter 12, we learn that the goddess has a physical body, which means in chapter 19-ish is where we learn that the physical body has been shattered. Wait, do they find the notebook? Maybe someone finds her mother's notebook or something, which detailed that she was going to stop doing the Stardust because she found out that it was the divinity, and that's why they had her killed. So they're going to pinch if somebody or something gets in the way of the characters doing what they need to do. The characters rally and refuse to give up. I'm thinking that by 21, they're like on the land. They're marching to set the house on fire. And so our two characters are inside the home, at the heart of the home, with all the doors barred and locked inside the like alchemist's laboratory, and they have to figure this out really fast. The antagonistic forces rear their ugly head again and must be thwarted. So 23 would be like that. They hear the house, all the magic that she's battle can be literal or figurative, but 24 is converts the characters for a sort of Last Supper, and she dies at the end of that chapter. 27 is that her estate is now alchemy school. Okay, what's wrong with chapter 20 again? Yeah, what would get in the way of them doing what they need to do? I think that the Stardust has like taken her entire arm, and maybe she needs her dominant hand and she like can't use it, so it has to be him. Okay, and then 26, yeah, they win back to life. Anything I'm missing, or did I just outline a book on accident? This isn't what I thought it was. It's Maledict. I'm gonna miss this so much. I want to hug it. I had so much fun with this. I hope you had fun too. I hope you learned some stuff. I hope you were entertained. I'm so happy. I move at the end of the month, so we only have like 25 days left of this nonsense. Figured out a lot. And so I guess the family that he cares about isn't biological. It's his world that he found after the other one he wanted rejected him. I guess that's all I have. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. I will talk to you soon. Happy writing. Bye.